Good morning, everybody. Peter Ciccone, entrepreneurs across America. It's the last day of August. We're here with Joan Gaffney. We're at the Infinity Diner. One more, before the end of summer, we got one more video in, and Joan is a business coach, and they do a lot of networking, and I wanted to get a business coach in here. The name of your company is ShiftNova. So tell us about ShiftNova, what you do, how you became a business coach, and what does a business coach do?
All right, a lot packed in there, Peter. Thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure.
So my company is named ShiftNova, and that's because coaching, working with a coach, is really all about shifting your mindset, shifting your perspective, so you can see new possibilities. And I don't believe that it means you have to scrap everything you have. It's just about taking what you have, and this is why I call it business optimization coaching.
Business optimization coaching.
Yeah.
I like it. You know, and one of the analogies I always use about a business coach is, and I'm going to steal this from a friend of ours. The best golfers in the world have golfing coaches. Who are the best baseball players in the world have batting coaches. They've been playing baseball their whole lives, and yet they have somebody still working on their swing with them while they're making multi-millions every year. And there's a reason for that. Some of the best business people in the world have a business coach, and like you say, somebody to whom you're held accountable.
Yes, accountability is a huge part of coaching. And it's really interesting, the analogies you bring up, Peter, because you're so spot on about, you know, how those top athletes, how those top athletes have these coaches. But an important component truly in coaching is actually, we're not here to give advice. And that's something a lot of people don't anticipate. There's a lot of advice giving out there, and that's a really important part. Mentorship is really important in business, but understanding the difference between someone who's going to mentor you, somebody who's going to give you some pure advice, or advice from their own experience, is all of these things are really helpful. But where coaching, in its truest sense, differs, is it helps you to explore things from your own perspective.
Okay, so you're helping them maybe see the light and work within the confines of their own company, so that is that working for you, and let them know that's not working. And I used to work with a guy who would always explain about the big bosses. Well, it's not a good idea until it's their idea, and you laugh, and I laugh too. But it changed my whole concept about how to approach people. And years later, when I was interviewing for a job down the line, somebody went back to that company and said, and that was a company where I was for a little over a decade, where I really kind of made my bones and really established a reputation. He said, what would you have done differently? And I thought back to what my old friend said. And I said, I would have made my good ideas. And I answered, I said, are you asking me at 43 what I would have done at 33? And they said, yeah. So how much time do you have? But my answer was, I would have really shown them a different perception, my perception, and I would have shown it to them so that they believed what I believed. And we would have approached it as a team, and I wouldn't have cared who got the credit. I wouldn't. At 33, I wanted to be the smartest guy in the room. At 43, I would say, guys, there's a world to conquer. Let's do it together, and I could use your help, and I'll do it. You tell me what to do. I think we should go there. Where should we go? We should go there. But it was that. But I learned that the hard way. I learned that after 10 years of frustration and banging my head against the wall, and I've been a little bit more perceptive earlier. Changed. It would have been easier.
It does change things, and what's really interesting, we're going to up your story one there, Peter, which is there is what your perspective is and the way that you see things, and there is the other person's perspective and the way that they see things. And it doesn't always actually have to be a choice, because if you can seek to understand that other person's perspective, it actually informs you differently, and then you see beyond that, and you start to see these third and fourth and fifth spaces, and now you're stepping into a much more multifaceted view. And that's powerful when it comes to business and moving to solution thinking and life.
And life, yeah, and I'm sure some of the business coaching has its applications. I mean, you mentioned Stephen Covey before. Half of his business advice is his personal advice, and when you read his books, he brings in stories about his children who are asking him dad questions that he relates to them business. And I find it fascinating. It's
100% business coaching has to do with life because coaching, again, is about mindset, right? And so it's about your perspective and how you're looking at things. And so our brain is our brain, whether we're in business or we're at home having a cup of coffee or a martini after work.
Sure. And you find some of the most, even in coaching, you find some of the most fascinating success after there was a big fight on the team. After two personalities, what we always refer to as two dogs barking. Or we let the guys go to a casino one night and just blow off some steam and bond as friends. And for coaching, and you'll see that the stories, and if you watch about the Lakers, the winning series, they had a bond as friends and people first. They really had that desire to save the other guy or be there for the other guy during the playing. That they were there for the other person, that his success meant more to me than my success. And that's when the team started to excel. And coaching is about that all the time. And I've heard stories where coaches have, one football player, Matt Millen, who's a general manager now, he was a tough lineman. And the head coach said, I need you to start a fight. Because he wanted other guys to jump in and he wanted guys to protect each other.
They say,
I
yeah.
just find that
I
kind
haven't
of,
seen it.
that's an understanding of human nature.
Yes, coaching is so much about human nature. It's about understanding and reflecting back to the person that you're working with, what you're hearing from them. Because especially in business, we tend to focus on working in our business as entrepreneurs.
Not on it.
Right. When are you working on your business? And when you go to work on your business, sometimes, as you mentioned before, it's the big guy and it's his idea or no idea, right? But if you're fortunate enough to maybe have a trusted business partner or even a mentor, somebody that you talk to, they still have a little bit of their own agenda. And their agenda could be because they think they know what's best for you. And so I'm not saying that having their own agenda is a negative thing. But it influences your thinking. So where is your space to explore your thoughts and to ask the tough questions that push you with your muscle and your, in your mind to consider new ways of thinking about what you're doing without any judgment, and somebody that has no vested interest other than to get you what you want.
Okay. And what you want, that varies from person to person.
Absolutely.
And company to company. And business size to business size. It could be a teamwork problem.
Yeah.
Or it could be, you have the sole practitioner who maybe has to bring on one or two other people or delegate some work some way, or bring on somebody who can ease the burden. As somebody who, well, we're in a small company, but we're getting the team sometimes motivated, especially with the new product that we're launching. It can be difficult.
Yes, and I've been through many new product launches in my own career previously in corporate America. And it's tough. It's tough taking new product to launch.
How'd you get into this line of work?
So I spent the better part of the last 25 years in marketing, specializing in market strategy, did a lot of go-to-market, but also a lot of customer lifecycle marketing. And learned a lot along the way. And did start to consult, but what I really saw was that I'd rather work with people to help them to build their business. And part of my inspiration, quite honestly, also came from my own family's experience. My parents were entrepreneurs, and they built a really successful business here on Long Island, specialty parts distributor, and built this business, put all of this, time, energy, effort. It was successful. And then they got to the point where they were like, okay, well, we want to start thinking about our next chapter. However, now their business was that, right? And this is very common with small businesses and entrepreneurs. You become the business, and you can put a brand name on it, but if you are the brand, you are the business. So whether you are thinking about, what's going to happen at the, when I'm ready to close up shop and I want to move to that sunny area, or if the ski slopes are your thing, wherever it is that you want to go next, all of this time, effort, and energy, how are you going to get that back out of your business? He was approached by a group, my father was approached by a group that offered him a not very good deal for the business, because they were going to buy the business and pay him a salary that was less than what he could have made if he stuck with the business for 2 years. Because, by the way, when your business is yourself, anybody that's going to buy that business generally wants you to stick around, because they can't give up the value that you have. You are the brand, right? So brand equity is very valuable to a business. And so they wanted him to stick around for 2 years, pay him a salary that was less than what he could have made if he stayed working, running his own business for another 2 years, and just locked the door and walked away.
And then, my dad has had his accounting firm for, going on 50 years now. And over 50 years. He's got his name attached to it. So his name is the business. He's semi-retired. He has a partner who runs it. But his name is still part of it. He'll still get a phone call. And when you have a business that has a name that's not your name, then there's some anonymity there. So, Joan Gaffney is not necessarily attached to the name of the business. Peter Ciccone is not attached to the name of the business, and that makes it. And what's your exit strategy? Part of coaching, I imagine, is, hey, let's develop an exit strategy.
Yes.
You need to develop the exit strategy. Sometimes somebody's ego is driving it so much, or most of their decisions are driven from an ego, ego perspective, where I've learned the hard way. Ego is a very bad thing in business, and it's one of the things that helps you recognize about yourself.
Absolutely. And I want to come back to the exit strategy, but I also want to make sure that we're not misleading anyone, right? Because we know that there are multi-million-dollar businesses out there that are based on someone else's name, right? So, these businesses have been around, some of them, over 100 years now. And so you can be successful to grow and exit your business even if it has your name on it. The key, and this is where I come in as a coach, is to help you to understand what is it that you're doing when you're interacting with customers that's creating that value and perception that they have of you. There's trust and credibility. And so often in business, and when we're messaging out, we talk about trust and credibility, but it's how you're doing things that it creates the proof of that. And if you can understand that, and this is what I work with clients on at times with coaching, not just on running your business, but what is it that you're doing that's creating that value perception for your customers? Let's walk through that. Let's deconstruct it. So now we can externalize it, and we can create an architecture of your brand that reflects that. And what we start to do is move brand value of you and what you do and how you do it into the business brand, whether or not it carries your name. And this can do a number of things for you. It helps you to better message to the market, how and why you're different, creating a different experience. It helps you if you want to add new employees and scale your business. And it also, again, moves the equity into the branding of business, which creates portable equity, portable brand equity. And brand equity is a component of business valuation.
Brand equity, I mean, you're talking to a marketing person, your brand equity is everything, it drives the business. And I made a joke to my brother, been business partner forever. I want to say Chipotle means quality. I mean, the way we run it, and I can go back to my days in the food business. And Tyson bought a local company, Chicken Fingers, Brandywine. They never gave up the name Brandywine. They still sell them as Brandywine. Even though Tyson has a pretty good name in the chicken business, Brandywine in this marketplace had the name, and it was a brand they didn't want to give up because they wanted to maximize the brand equity. And you have no money. I'm sure you have an idea how much goes into branding, but the amount of money a company spends on its branding is really comparable to anything else they spend money on, and in most cases, not even close to what they spend, you know, on the other stuff. They spend more on their brand, building that brand.
And a lot of people also easily confuse branding and visual assets, logos and colors. Those things certainly convey a certain image, but branding and brand experience, that is an integral part of any business. And whether or not you're being intentional about it, you are creating a brand in what you do and what you say and how you interact with the marketplace.
2 questions we ask everybody who comes on. You love what you do.
I do.
All right, good. That's as important as the best part of the brand.
What a gift. I get to learn about other people's businesses, and that has just enriched my life so much.
And parting bits of advice.
Yeah, so if you start to question, should I do this tactic? Should I get a TikTok? Should I, I need a Facebook post. I need a digital ad. Those are all, can be very valuable things to help you grow your business. But if you don't have a strategy in place, you shouldn't be investing in any of those things yet. Get your strategy first before you go to your tactics.
Strategy before tactics. I love it. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. Enjoy the last weekend of summer. And we'll see you in the future. Thank you. Hey, like, subscribe, and share. We love bringing the videos.